Hey YouTube, it's Sarah. Today is Wednesday, September 26th. I actually recorded a video yesterday on my 2-week post-op with my gastric sleeve, and for whatever reason it won't upload to YouTube. So after hours of messing around with it, I thought I would just go ahead and record another one. So I am here to record my 2-week post-op for my gastric sleeve. I had my gastric sleeve on Tuesday, September 11th, 2012 in Kansas City with Dr. Kolowski at the KC Bariatric Center. Um, I am going to talk about the numbers first. So the night before surgery, I weighed in at 222.4. For my 1 week post-op, I was at 209.8 on my scale, so that's what I'm going to use since that's the consistent factor. And yesterday morning when I got on the scale, I was 207.3. So between weeks 1 and 2, that was a 2.5 pound weight loss, for a combined weight loss of 15.1 pounds since surgery. So yesterday, when I recorded my video, I rambled on about how frustrated I was that it was only 2.5 pounds this week, and how very upset that I was. And I've really struggled along this journey about what if this doesn't work for me? What if I've spent all this money and I've gone through all this anguish for nothing and it just doesn't work for me? It's just another failed attempt at a diet. So that 2.5 pound weight loss really was very frustrating for me yesterday, and if that video would have uploaded, you would have heard me ramble on, so maybe that's why it didn't upload. Um, but one of the things that I noticed today, because I've been getting on the scale every day, I've always, my entire life, as long as I can remember, gotten on the scale twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. That's kind of how I managed my weight for so many years before I started just kind of getting heavy. Um, but I noticed a trend when I got on the scale today, and that's that I'm actually at a stall. So for the past 5 days, so Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, and Saturday, I'm pretty much all at the same weight. I was 207.4, 207.5. I saw one day where I dropped down to 206.8, but the next day I was back at 207.3, and today 207.4. So um, while I was very angry yesterday at only a 2.5 pound weight loss, I have figured out today, kind of looking at the numbers and the trends, that I'm stalled. So I was hoping that that wouldn't happen, but obviously it has, so there's not a whole lot that I can do about that. As far as kind of what I'm eating and what I'm able to get in, I do get in all of my water. I do get in all of my vitamins that are necessary. I do struggle with the protein. I get it in, but the only way I can get it in is to drink 2 protein shakes a day still. Um, so for breakfast, I will mix up a protein shake, and I will put a third of a banana in it just because the banana takes the bite of the protein out for me. And then a half of a cup or a half of the container of the Yoplait 100-calorie Greek yogurt. And then I do the same thing in the evening. So it's the only way I can get my protein in. For lunchtime, I'm usually having anywhere between a quarter and a half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese. And then mid-afternoon, I usually get really hungry as well, so I'll have just a little bit of soup. Um, we did have this weekend where we went to one of our local little pub and restaurants here after one of the home football games, and I ended up having some French fries and ranch dip, and they tasted really good going down. My tastes haven't changed much, but they didn't sit real well in my stomach. They didn't come back up, but they kind of flushed through my system rather quickly. Uh, I still get hunger pains, so those have not gone away for me. I still taste things the same. I still crave the things the same. Excuse me, my allergies are just going crazy. Uh, the other night I did have the insides of a taco, not all of them, but I did have a little bit of very lean ground beef, some black beans, some cheese, some fat-free cheese, and then a dollop of the plain Greek yogurt. And that tasted good. It helped with my taco craving, but it tasted well. So Like I said, very frustrated about the weight, but it's a stall, so hopefully it'll pick back up. On a more positive note, some non-scale victories. Oh, excuse me. I've never really talked about sizes, but I am and have been a size 14. So sizes are very interesting to me just because people weigh all different shapes and come in different sizes. But um, in 2006, I had actually had tummy tuck done and liposuction. And while it didn't really change my sizes from a whole lot, it did change me from a 16 to a 14 just because of where we kind of tucked and sucked. So I've been a 14 for the last 6 years. Um, in when I was getting up to my highest weight, those 14s were so tight, they were ready to rip at the seams. So when I put on the additional 8 to 10 pounds in order to make sure that I was going to get surgery, I probably could have went up to a 16, but I absolutely refused because I knew it was for a short time, and even if they would have declined me surgery, I would have dropped it off pretty quickly. Um, so today I put on, or yesterday I put on some work pants that I used to wear all the time, and they were loose again. They hung off my hips in the right way, but in the legs and the butt and everywhere else they were loose again. So that was nice to see. And then yesterday I also noticed when I was in a meeting that I could cross my legs further again. So that was good. As I've mentioned before, I probably won't get too excited about all of this until I get down to 195. And I know some people have left some positive comments and messages about these are pounds you'll never see, but I'm really worried that this just isn't going to work for me. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the horror stories I hear where people just eat cupcakes and Twinkies and everything else and it doesn't work for them, but for some reason it's just taunting me. So hopefully we'll break through this stall and we'll be able to make it and continue to lose weight. Um, I am at the weight that I was a year ago, so that's good. My husband and I will be celebrating our 2-year anniversary on October 9th, and at that time I was 198, and so I was really hoping to get down to that weight again by October, but given the stalls and everything, I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll see how we are for week 3. And in the meantime, for those of you who are along this journey with me, I hope you're doing great. And those of you who are just getting ready to maybe start your journey, look forward to it and just prepare yourself mentally for the things that are about to come. So I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you in week 3. Good night.